Hi, welcome to another video. And in this conversation, I'm with Roger Neal, who's the Director of Pre-Sales for Education at Sophos. And we're going to talk about a new product that's in the Sophos world called NDR. Hi, Roger.
Hi, Will.
So NDR, that sounds very similar to MDR. What's the difference between those two acronyms?
It's a fantastic question. So Managed Detection and Response, MDR, has been in the product set for about 5 years now.
Yep.
It's designed very much to support organisations where they can't manage the cybersecurity themselves, so they need to outsource it with a security partner. It does an absolutely fantastic job. Now, where NDR, or Network Detection and Response, is different, is because it's looking at, within the industry, we use the term east-west traffic. So it's that internal traffic moving between potentially computers within the environment, or it could be the CCTV system and a device in the network.
Right.
So it's not typically traversing through a firewall or a VPN.
Right.
So it's to complement the Managed Detection Response service.
But this is a solution that fits on the firewall, isn't it?
So yeah, we offer two options. We do effectively a virtual appliance that we've had for a couple of years now in the industry, which is fantastic for larger organisations where they might have some core network switching and things like that. But for primary schools or smaller secondary schools where they might use the firewall itself as that switching area, adding the network detection response to that allows us to monitor that traffic within the network from that point, rather than actually from a virtual machine or appliance somewhere else in the network.
And that will become available within the Sophos firewall licensing?
Yeah, so it's included as a standard within the V21.5 Extreme license.
Okay.
So as long as you've got that, you just need to turn it on and it's then doing the business for you.
And what exactly is it doing? What's it looking for? How's it going to help your typical school?
So it's used as a couple of the, 3 of the 5 engines from the big brother, effectively, of NDR. So it's looking at encrypted payload traffic. So threat actors, when they're within a network, they want to obfuscate the packets coming out of devices to try and hide that they've got that foothold.
Yeah.
So the NDR within the firewall is actually then looking for signs of encrypted traffic that's going through the firewall that's typically allowed on maybe HTTPS communication on port 443, for example. But it's looking for that encrypted payload, which are kind of those little telltales that something odd's happening in that network.
And that will alert somebody through the normal firewall alerting process?
Yeah, so for users who manage the firewall actually on the firewall themselves or within Sophos Central, it'll flag in there. For those that use the MDR service, it will flag straight to the MDR team, who can then investigate, and then potentially, if there is something suspicious, work with the school or the customer to actually contain whatever the threat is. If it's a CCTV camera, for example, we turn it off, segment the network so it can't talk to anything else, and then remediate the threat.
You mentioned MDR a few times there, and it's important to note that whilst NDR is part of the MDR solution, it's actually a solution in its own right. It's a very small component of MDR, but it actually allows you to monitor a little bit of network traffic to try and reduce that risk. Yeah,
it's a very much, I term it a complementary solution. Yeah. So yes, you can use the one within the firewall standalone without the Managed Detection and Response service. But if you do use that fuller MDR service, or even the Extended Detection and Response platform by itself without the MDR service over the top, it gives you extra data points and extra telemetry that's absolutely critical for looking for indicators of compromise.
Fantastic. We're really looking forward to getting out some more customers using NDR. And thanks for your time today, Roger. Really useful.
Fab.
Cheers.